I've had several conversations this week and sessions around the notion and understanding capacity for unconditional love, which has been amazing. And my own heart space is warm and fluttery as these conversations benefit me always. I've talked about that many times. And expand my mind, expand my ability to notice where I have similarly carried limitations that I'm seeing mirrored to me in some of the people that work with me. And one of those conversations came up in EMDR, processing trauma history, and really was this fear of, I'm a bit concerned that maybe I truly don't have the capacity for unconditional love. And the rest of that was because essentially, now this was in different language, but I'm going to say it this way to make it succinct and straightforward. Essentially, I'm concerned I don't have the capacity for unconditional love because I'm not sure if I can meet all these conditions, right? And when we reflected and walked through this discussion about what if you love somebody so truly, so eternally, so like I just know it, and it doesn't feel like there was ever a start or an end, it's just truth, then are there going to be conditions around human relationships and the level of, I can almost want to say, access, that the way in which you move with somebody or the level of access, things like this, the unfolding. Yes, I think there's, you can't get away from being a human, and there are realities and conditions here in this earth plane. However, what those conditions look like and how authentic and solid those conditions are is going to change depending on what place of wholeness or understanding of unconditional love you're coming from. And so what I explained is, when you look at it in terms of this person that I deeply love unconditionally, I know right now if they moved across the nation and for whatever reasons we really earthly lost all contact, that would not change the truth of love between us. And that's what it is, right? And so this person really had an aha moment, was like, oh, there are literally no conditions. There's no conditions. You don't have a relationship human-wise in that way, right? You don't have contact. The person's not in your human life at that point, really, is what I was explaining. And that helped to wrap around the understanding and settle it in. So capacity for unconditional love is truly limitless. It's not a conditioned thing. It's not about how often I see you. It's not about distance. It's not about closeness. It's not about proximity, whether you're seeing this person every single day in your life, or if something has happened where you have no access to each other, or a decision was made on that even, right? Of, you know what, I need to honor and respect and uphold this sacred fortress. And I'm doing that from a place of feeling whole and understanding that I am the essence of love, and I'm following what's in alignment for me. That doesn't necessarily mean that there's an absence of love, right? And yes, okay, so in an environment of, in a conceptualizing no conditions and the love remains, this is unconditional love, right? Because the notion of determining our capacity for unconditional love based on, can I meet all these different expectations that this person has that I feel like are required for a sustaining long-term relationship. That's not the same thing. It's important. Those are important conversations in partnerships of what is needed in order for both of us to feel honored and respected, cared for, and loved. And that's not the same thing as unconditional love. And so when you have a lot of attachment wounds and trauma history that has led to this internalizing of limiting beliefs, and that dissonance that trauma creates, that fragmentation where we can feel a little yucky energy in our own relationship to self, within our own vessel. Our energy is distorted before we're even coming in to a new relationship with someone, right? That can be indicator of we got some healing to do in order to get rid of separation of self. So we are at a place of wholeness. And when you're at a place of wholeness with yourself, that is when you're at a place of unconditional love energy inside of your own sacred vessel. Ooh. And your viewpoint, your perception, your response, your reaction, your ability to truly receive the depth of love you crave will be very much different depending on that healing or that separation inside. If you have not come home to yourself and you're seeking depth of intimacy and love and worthiness and all the things in a higher level loving relationship, the energy you have between yourself from those fragmented places may push you in to that paradoxical energy of, I'm seeking unconditional love, and yet I am measuring with a whole lot of conditions to determine what this is. And that's going to put you into this trap where you are perpetuating these karmic loops. That the best way I can think of it right now is being inside of this mirror maze, and like you're not even really seeing the other person with clarity, because all those mirrors is what's there when you haven't done that healing to arrive back home at wholeness and unconditional love that starts from the center of your own realizations of who you are. And I had another conversation with someone that again arrived at this understanding of, or this contending of conditional versus unconditional love, and how that shows up in her current romantic relationships and leads to less presence and more fear around these dynamics, and like a stallmate, is that a word? A resistance to progressing in relationships. And the underlying thing there was this limiting belief from childhood connected to some insecure attachment style, which led to this notion of, if love is making yourself uncomfortable for the other person, like you're proving through your discomfort that you love that person, right? Which obviously when they were able to like arrive at that and say it out loud, that's not what they truly believe. That's not truth, it's illusion. And we go, so we see this is the energy that has been here and here. And as that starts to melt off, clear out, we're coming into a place where we can really be in receptivity and alignment to magnetize the love that we all truly deserve.